This is Abdullah Kashmula, Class CIS 126, Introduction to Python. This is Class 9 assignment, which is reading CSV files. First, I use the CSV library that's provided online. You can download it, and it will make reading CSV files much more easier. I know it is needed to bring the auto and the FYE, but I also brought the CIS for a third different method to import. Now we are going to import them into dictionaries. So I created dictionary for the auto, for the FYE, and I created multiple dictionaries for the CIS just to show a different third method. Now this is the syntax that's associated with reading the CSV files. And I'm gonna open the reformatted CSV file, which has all the information in it, and I'm gonna read it one line at a time, and also specifying the delimiter is a comma. Now every time I'm gonna read a row in the CSV files, I'm gonna do different things for each row. First, if the row 2 contains the word auto, that means I'm gonna add it to the dictionary auto. And the way I'm doing it in all the dictionaries, row 0 is my key because it's different in each row, which can be considered to be as a key. And the first way I'm adding it is as a string, saving it each row as a string. And this can be useful if we want the output to be in a certain format, and that we know we're not gonna change it or anything like that. Maybe we save it to a text file and we can just reformat it in any way and print it as a string. The second way is if it's FYE, I'm gonna add it to a FYE dictionary, and also using row 0 as a key. Same for all my dictionaries because this is the different from one row to another. But I'm adding it as a list. So the first one is going to return a string in case we call it from the dictionary. The second one is going to be a list. The good thing about the second one is that we can modify each value. We can rearrange the values in the middle of the program if we want to. But the downside is that each value, we have to remember the rows. Like, for example, row 3, I do not know what to represent, or row 15, or any row in between. As for the third way, which is going to be creating multiple different dictionaries, each dictionary is going to have a row. The good thing about this way is that if we are programming, then it's going to be much more easier for us to identify what is this dictionary, what is this row containing. For example, this is containing the CRN, the subject, the title, and such thing. This is useful if we're programming because we can know what this variable is representing. Now, as when it comes to printing, I just printed different things just to show the different ways to print it. The first one is a string. We can't really modify much in it because it's just going to return a string. As for the second one, it's going to return us a list. We can also choose which value from the list, or we can choose a set of values that is in the list. As for the third way, we're going to have to call each one of them. So I just saved it this as a string and just use it for the dictionaries. And we're gonna have to call each one of the values in order for us to modify the output. That's why this way is much more better into modifying the values but not really printing. This is just to show my dictionary, what's in my dictionary. And let's run the program. And done. So this is the first output, just a string. The second output also a string. The third output would be the list. Then one item from the list, a range of variables in the list, and the third one is just selecting ones from the list. As you can see, we can select ones, or we can modify on each value individually. This is the contents of the first dictionary. This is the contents of the second dictionary, and this is one of the third dictionaries, and this is all the third dictionaries. As you can see, we can't really print them each one individually or together like these organized, so it's more a mess.